Hey guys, so today we've got a review of the 2017 set 75182, the Republic Fighter Tank. This is the second one LEGO's made. Up until this point, the other one came out in I think 2008, 2009. And back in the day, this retailed for £20 or $25. Now it goes for a lot more than that, especially sealed in box. It goes for about £60 or so, so like $70. Near enough. And this is the only set that the Phase 2 Clone Gunner has come in, and the Aayla Secura has only come in one other set. And she was quite sought after until this point where this figure came out and dropped the value of the Clone Wars style one significantly, the one with the big eyes. Anyway, let's get into the review. So, unfortunately, I don't have the dishes that these came on, which was kind of a cool feature that they did in this set. So like the little round dishes that you stand the figures on, therefore you could like set it up on a table that didn't have studs, so you could like play and set up fighting scenes and such. So that was pretty cool. The tank itself is a lot smaller than the 2009 one, only having 305 pieces, and it's a lot shorter in height, a lot lower as you can see compared to figures. And overall, though, it's still a pretty cool set and a pretty cool update compared to the first one. So, taking a look at the figures first, you can see we've just got two standard battle droids. These are the same as they've always been, obviously. So you get two of those in the set. And they came with the short Star Wars blasters. Next up, you get Aayla Secura. Jesus Christ. She was pretty cool to get. Again, as I said, it reduced the cost of the other one, who only came out in one set. I believe it was the Clone Wars Turbo Tank. And in this one, she has the standard bead style eyes compared to the other one, which had the very large cartoonish Clone Wars ones, which are quite polarizing, I think, to some people. Some people love them, some people hate them. I kind of just like them. Obviously, it's nice to get one in both styles. Like this looks a lot more like a regular figure than the Clone Wars one. So she has nice printing on the torso. You can see she's got the shaded bits to represent the more feminine kind of torso. And she's got some nice kind of robe printing. I don't know how well you can see that. Some nice kind of robe printing along her waist kind of area and coming down onto the legs. And her printing around the back's pretty similar. It's got some nice body lines on there, as well as some nice detailing and multi-layer printing. This kind of shimmer on the details on her top. And as you saw there, she does have an alternate face. So she's got the angry face and then the regular face. And her headpiece is quite nice, quite accurate as well. So we get the kind of braiding of the rope or whatever along her, I don't know what they're called, the Twi'lek tail things. You can see that this is printing here, not dual molding obviously, so it's starting to come off a little bit there and as well as there. So not in perfect condition, as I did pick this setup used, but she's a pretty cool looking figure and glad to see that they made another one of her. Then next up, we've also got the another exclusive figure to this set, the Phase 2 Clone Gunner. As I'm sure you're all aware, we got the Phase 1 Clone Gunner in the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, one of the most well-received battle packs of all times. But the Phase 2 looks really cool in my opinion. It is a shame that we didn't get the Republic printing on the kind of gold spots here, but he does look really cool nonetheless. He's got the kind of extra armor plating across his chest with the straps, and the detailing looks really good, and he got the standard clone leg printing, which is nice, and the helmet looks really, really good with the gold patches there, and the just extra details all around, and his back looks also really cool with this kind of metallic looking chrome buckle here for his strap for the extra armor, and the standard kind of clone printing for this time. So, taking a look at the tank itself, it's a pretty cool build, pretty quick, goes together pretty quickly. As I said, it's only 300 pieces, Not that many small pieces either. So the whole thing is built upon these little wheels, so that it's nice to play with it, and they work quite well on hard surfaces and carpet, so that's nice. Then next up, you can see it's quite low, and we get tiny little windows in here, so these are just 1x1 cheese slope pieces, but they look pretty cool, and there's quite a few stickers in this set. So you can see we've got the large stickers here, as well as these nice Republic ones here, and some more on these 2x4 tile pieces. But I think they're good uses of stickers that work really well, and this like red, for example, is very quite accurately color matched to this red, so they don't stand out too much, and they just add a nice level of detail to the set. So on the sides we've got these cannons, as well as some built-in stud shooters, so they're quite nice for play features. You can easily take them off though if you wanted to, and use pieces from your own collection, so a couple more of these, and just mirror that on there, and that would make it look quite nice if you didn't want the stud shooters on them, as they are quite large and do stick out quite a lot. These are quite nice though, they do angle, well, all the way around, but they are a bit loose, as you can see, because they just use a single pin through there. But other than that, they're pretty cool, and play feature wise, pretty excellent for like aiming and shooting. I did find it strange, however, they don't sit level, they sit on these accessory holders for the gun and a wrench. And especially when you've got the accessories in there, they sit even higher, they sit like that. And actually, depending on how you have them leveled, they can look a bit off, like exaggerated, but like that, because the rifle that you put here makes it higher than the wrench, which I thought was kind of a weird design flaw that I'm surprised they overlooked. So around the back, we've got a nice little storage box that has a couple of spare included studs, obviously for the stud shooters, and they just sit in there quite nicely. We also have a couple of these minifigure fencing swords. So as you can see, they're a bit bent. They're just the kind of soft plastic, and obviously they're very thin, so obviously they're going to bend over time, especially if you play with it a lot. But they look pretty good as antennas. And then moving on to the hatch, is quite a simple design, but then inside it just simply opens. Inside is quite deep, if you can tell. But yeah, that's really quite deep. So we've got the nice printed control panel in there, same as in the 2020 AAT, if you're familiar with that. And we have a nice water bucket handle, might be quite hard to see, you can kind of see it there, as some control sticks, so I think that's really cool. I do, however, find it strange how deep the figure sits in here, and he sits on a 2x2 studded surface, so he is quite difficult to get out. You can kind of see it. So even if he's standing up in there, that's how like he looks out. So I think you would have the figure standing up, but obviously that doesn't close as well, but he's standing up, but he can't really see out the hatch, which I think is a kind of strange design. And if he's sitting down, like if I take it, he's quite difficult to get out even in this position, like his helmet comes off before the figure comes out. So that's kind of a design flaw in my opinion. And if you sit him down in there, which is kind of difficult to do, the little control sticks get in the way sometimes, but he does sit really deep down in there, and as you can see, they had to do that to make sure that this hatch does close properly. And sitting down, it looks pretty alright, like a position, but he can't stand up, which is my main gripe, that he can't stand up and see out. And obviously if you put the figure in there, it's pretty hard to get him out without taking off his helmet, then pulling him out like that. But overall, I think this is a pretty cool set, pretty underrated at the time. As I said, it would only retail for £20, but now it's worth a lot more because people want these two figures, obviously. And the tank build, in my opinion, became more popular in Battlefront 2, and this one is sized a lot better, or a lot similar to the one in Battlefront, compared to the 2009 one, which was significantly taller and significantly more of a larger set. But yeah, I think this one's scaled really well, and the design looks really cool with the color scheme that we've seen a lot in gunships and such. So the red, the light green, and the white. So I think this is a really, really cool looking set. And again, if you have the opportunity to pick it up, you definitely should, especially for the price that I got this. So I showed this off in my April haul, I believe. So I picked this up for £5 for the whole set. So I thought that was a stunning deal. And the figures are in almost perfect condition, apart from the Ayla, who's got a bit of scratching on her prints, on her headpiece. But other than that, yeah, this is definitely a set I would recommend if you are able to get it and add it to your Star Wars collection. It even looks good on display, especially in my opinion if you change out these for some more 1x2 slope pieces and a 2x2, 2x1, sorry. That would make it look a lot better, a lot more of a display piece. But overall, yeah, I think this is a really good set. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and check out my other videos. Thank you.